Okay, so it's been confirmed that Chrisean Jr. is in fact blind in both eyes, and that was confirmed by Clarissa Blueface's mom. And I'm telling you, I have to go back and watch the video to when they was in a restaurant, because that's the first thing my mind went to. They was in a restaurant and Chrisean was trying to like feed him mashed potatoes, and he wasn't like grabbing for the spoon. He wasn't even opening up his mouth, and it makes sense now because he could not see anything. Like, it all makes sense. He wasn't even really blinking. Like, he was just straight staring into the distance. And it's just sad. Like, we all knew like something was wrong, even though she did confirm some type of syndrome that causes him to like cry like he's a cat. They did confirm that. At least Clarissa confirmed that. I don't remember Chrisean confirming anything like that. But man, I mean, like, my heart really goes out to this little boy, because his mom was definitely smoking and drinking while she was pregnant. And we all seen her on Blueface and Chrisean little TV show. We seen her on the Bad Girls Club.
Hey everyone, this is your one and only chance to feel famous. Let's get into some drama with celebrities with this. Where do we even start? Because what we're seeing now isn't simply another reality TV story, you know. This is the actual world, and it's going well beyond the simple baby daddy, baby mama rivalry. What began as a tumultuous pregnancy announcement has turned into something far more tragic and horrific. It has now been established that Chrisean, Blueface's son, baby Jr., is totally blind in both eyes. Furthermore, neither a blog nor a TikTok fan using a magnifying lens provided this confirmation. It was directly from Blueface's mother, Clarissa. The internet seemed to scream as she stated it aloud, because everything that had previously seemed incomprehensible suddenly made sense. Every one of those hazy live feeds.
So I don't know if you guys seen Chrisean Jr.'s baby has been confirmed to be blind, completely blind. And I silently like watched her journey when she was pregnant. I never followed Chrisean before that. I never followed Blueface. Like, I never followed like any of that, those people, their stories, their situations. But while she was pregnant, we all know there was like, she was going on a million different podcasts and creators videos, and she would be drinking heavily.
Every instance where participants believed they were overanalyzing. As it happens, they were witnessing the truth all along. Before Chrisean was prepared to acknowledge it, they were only beginning to perceive it. Let's return to the restaurant's viral video, which for many of us was the first warning sign that really got us. Junior was being fed mashed potatoes by Chrisean. She held out the spoon and waved it at his face. He simply sat there without making any movements, opening his mouth, or reaching. We now understand why. He was unable to notice it. It makes sense. Now it all makes terrible, heartbreaking sense. He was not being a sluggish child. He was not being obstinate. He was practically unable to react to what he could not see. He didn't blink his tiny eyes. He merely gazed. That intense, motionless gaze that lingers in your mind long after the video has ended. And it impacts differently for those of us reliving that moment with this new knowledge. It's disastrous, however. Let's not act as though this happened suddenly. This is hardly a surprising conclusion. This is the outcome of a convoluted and protracted voyage filled with miscues, poor choices, and spectators shouting while Chrisean instead that everything was okay. It wasn't because we saw it, though. We all witnessed it. She had consumed a lot of alcohol, not merely occasionally consuming wine. We're discussing Hennessy, tequila, bottles upon bottles, being featured on numerous podcasts and lives, stumbling while obviously pregnant and smoking. God got me, they said, turning to the camera while puffing and giggling while holding joints. No. Ma'am, you gloat as if it were nothing when God gave you a child. Even though Blueface is currently incarcerated, he's telling the truth when he says he forewarned us. Yes, he did. He claimed that throughout her pregnancy, she smoked, drank, and struggled. She couldn't even provide a month of clean living for the infant, he added.
I want to put up $5,000 that Blueface and Chrisean Rock have a baby. Let's start making bets now. Come on now, I'm calling bets. I got $5,000 that Chrisean Rock and Blueface have a baby gonna be dumb in the they not gonna have a healthy baby. I got bets on it right now. I got $2,000. I got a side bet that the baby don't make it. I got a $2,000 side bet that they baby don't make it. Who want to bet? If it ain't gonna be artistic, or if it ain't be artistic, it's gonna be a mute baby.
Perhaps we believed him to be being petty at the time. Perhaps we gave an eye roll. However, now that Junior has been officially declared blind and further medical issues are surfacing, Blueface's grievances no longer seem like resentment. They have the sound of receipts, and let's face it, this is more than just online conjecture these days. People who used to smile in Chrisean's face, those who are close to her, are beginning to speak up. They're giving subliminal clues. For example, we've been aware that he needed additional assistance. They are giving her a sit-along glance and stating, "Yeah, we tried to tell her." Additionally, he has been vocal. He stated that the baby had to be properly diagnosed, something that many people were afraid to express. Not shade, please. The goal is to save a child's life while it's still possible. He pleaded for early action. Every time someone tried to assist her, he pleaded with her to quit acting like the victim. It's not about her anymore. He remarked, "It has to do with Junior." He was correct. Before Junior was even born, Chrisean White, who was notorious for being careless and rude, began making jokes about him, even though his remarks were unpleasant. We must not overlook their significance. Even then, people were truly concerned. Some tried to reason with her, some prayed, and some made jokes, but Chrisean ignored them. Now that the baby has arrived, she and everyone else are catching up. And it aches because we're now witnessing a newborn suffer because the grown-ups in his life were too preoccupied with being poisonous, clinging to power, or simply living in denial. And Chrisean is running from it, as she always does, rather than confronting it directly. The instant Blueface began discussing Junior's health once more, as she had done a dozen times before. She gathered her feelings and ran away. She didn't just go ghost Blue this time, though. Another man rushed into her arms. Yes, Titan Newton, a college football standout, is now cheering at Chrisean. Sis isn't being subtle either. She's producing TikToks, uploading him, kissing him on video, supplying the blogs, and providing TMZ with fresh material to ponder. Junior is currently in the corner, still unable to follow movement, failing to reach milestones, and now officially blind. Take a moment to process that. It has recently been determined that your child is medically blind, and you're out here trying to go viral for a new relationship, rather than concentrating on doctors, therapists, and appointments. That the internet refused to cooperate. It was best expressed in one tweet. She's out here playing prom queen with a freshman quarterback while Junior is elsewhere meowing into space. You know who couldn't keep silent, so that's not even the worst of it. Clarissa is the mother of Blueface. This woman took the microphone as if she had been waiting her entire life for it. She went on the internet and began praising Chrisean for at last letting go. Not because she's concerned about Chrisean's happiness, no. She's happy because she believes that this makes it possible for Blueface and Megan Thee Stallion to start dating. Yes, you heard correctly. I hope Megan is already pregnant with my grandbaby. This woman says, while playing fantasy football with celebrities' love affairs.
I hope she gets pregnant right away. I hope she got pregnant yesterday. I hope the baby got a brother yesterday. Won't he do it? Girl, that's how I had to get over my love. I had to get pregnant and move on. That'll make you move on. That'll make sure it's sealed, okay? You gotta hurry up and get the baby's almost 2. They gotta have siblings. I think kids should have siblings 2-3 years apart. No, I am in full congratulations. I am not no hater, honey. I'll never be no hater. I'm happy. If they happy, I'm happy. Jane don't like John like that no more. I double triple check. She says she don't like him like that no more. She'll be happy if John be happy and can get his visitation with his kids. She has a whole identity that she's creating for herself. She don't like him like that no more. So I think the next best thing is for him. He always told me his favorite person in the world, that if he could go and make it right, if he was more mature, would have been Megan Thee Stallion. So once they all grow up and they mature, I'm sure she liked him just as much as he liked her. It just was the timing. They was both becoming famous. You know, they was both feeling themselves. They both, you know, Megan and Blue became famous together. So I just think they just...
It's a thick illusion. Clarissa began tagging Blueface and Megan in her Instagram stories as if she were organizing the wedding, and she even created strange collages of their photos. She was pulled by the internet. "She's got a man" was one of the remarks made by Megan's admirers, who quickly shut it down. Megan also doesn't want a man who has 6 baby mamas in custody hearings, to be honest. They're correct, Clarissa doesn't care, though. She's going all out, claiming that Megan was always Blue's favorite lady in the world and that they would have been together if they had grown up sooner. Please, girl, Blueface had his share of problems. Nevertheless, Clarissa has managed to use this terrible circumstance with Junior as a pitch for her own reality program. Speaking of Blueface, recall the Jason Lee show clip in which he jokingly stated that he and Megan had something already? Yes, indeed, that quickly reappeared. Like an FBI board, the internet began to connect the dots in 2018. Both Blueface and Megan were in the XXL freshman class. They were participating in the same circles, promo circuits, and events, so yes, something might have happened. When your son is in pain and everyone else is watching and fretting about Junior's every move, is it the right moment to bring it up? Chrisean Quiet says more than words can right now. Her energy says, "Look away from me. I'm dating this guy." But no one is interested in him because this is a reality. The requirements of her infant are not being satisfied. Junior was shown in that video simply staring into space without answering or reacting. It was chilly. Blueface also witnessed it. Evan has been shouting from the digital bars while incarcerated, accusing Chrisean once more. "My son is not healthy because she drank, smoked, and got hit all through her pregnancy," he added, expressing what we were all thinking, but perhaps being too afraid to express. She was unable to take even a month off. And what do you know? People, listen for once. But assigning blame is insufficient. Your Twitter skills are not necessary for this infant. He must take action. He requires assistance. He needs parents who are prepared to set aside their pride and put his survival and growth first. And that isn't taking place at the moment, as his mother tries to show that she is still attractive and in charge. Junior is being used as a prop. And while his own son is falling between the cracks, Blueface is occupied with fantasies about Megan. Drama is no longer the only factor here. A youngster who didn't request to be born into chaos is a subject of the story, who didn't select any of these options. Junior made the decision not to be a plot point. He made no decision to go viral. Furthermore, he most definitely did not pick parents who are too preoccupied with making news to provide him with the care he really needs. Now is the moment to awaken. What comes next, then? Will Junior get what he needs at last? Will Blueface come out, demand custody, and engage in a serious battle? Will Chrisean stop playing PR games and go to a specialist's office to beg for assistance? Or will everything simply fall under another TikTok fad till the next dude shows up and the next post becomes widely shared? Tell me, please. Leave a comment below with your opinions. Junior deserves more than influence, so while you're at it, say a prayer for him. He is worthy of a second chance at life.